Hello and welcome to this episode of Expert Dog Training. I'm your head trainer and host, Brandy Cunningham. And on today's episode, we're going to be discussing the top 10 commands every single dog needs to know in basic training to live a fulfilled life at home so that you guys can have the best relationship as possible, always functioning. If you know these 10 commands, you never have to teach your dog another command. The top 10 commands to know always starts with come. So come is a safety command. Whenever you tell your dog to come, it could be because there's a car coming, because there's some type of a threat coming, and you need them to get to you immediately. They need to come on the first time, every single time called. Come is very important. The second command is off limits. You should have a command teaching them everything in your house or wherever you're at that is off limits for them to do. Once you teach the concept, they will understand that this word off limits or whatever word it is that you choose to use, this word will teach them that, no, I can't jump. Whatever it is, they will stop what they're doing. If they're barking nonstop, if they're getting your food, if they're going after the toddler, to chase or play, whatever it is that they may be doing that they need to stop, you can tell them off. This actually helps a lot for jumping and counter surfing as well. The third command that I recommend that they learn is a down command. So in down, there's a couple of different commands about down I'm going to talk about in a minute. But for now, a down command is super helpful if you just need them to be in a position where they're relaxed and they're not on guard and they're just able to down while you work, while you talk, whatever you want to be able to do, and trust that your dog is going to stay there and not be getting into something or being led to wander off with their nose or being enticed by a toddler with candy. You need to know that your dog will hold that down position. Another command that's important for them to know is a place command. Whenever you teach your dog place, essentially it's a kennel without walls. So when you teach your dog to place on an object, it has to be an object that is raised, it has borders, and whatever they place, they can place on it forever. So those are the rules of place. When you learn those rules, you can place your dog onto something and build up the amount of time that they're able to stay there. However, even if you don't have the duration built, place is still really important, because if the mailman comes to the door and the door happens to be open, I need my dog to hold a place while the mailman comes and leaves. Or if you have guests enter your house, if you just want the dog to be a part of the family, they can hold a place command while you're eating or whatever the situation may be. My dogs place while I take a shower in the mornings. They will place while we go to the park, and the kids are playing at the playground. So there's several different things that place is good for. Place is also good for loading up into the vehicle. Place is good for getting on the scale at the vet. Place is good for getting into the shower. So those are all very practical issues. Oh, and also entering a kennel. Place can be used for kennel. So very practical issues that can be solved with one word command, place. Another thing that's important to teach is always free or release or okay or break. Whatever you teach to use a release word is so important, because not only are we focusing on teaching the dog obedience commands that keeps them safe and makes your life great every day with your dog, we're teaching them a command that says, hey, I'm really proud of you. You did exactly what I wanted you to do, and this is your reward. Free is a super excited, good job, I'm so proud of you, free, good boy, good girl, and this is their reward for working so hard. Dogs do have an innate instinct to please, typically, or to accomplish something, if not to please. But they get that enhanced when they go, okay, if I do this, this is my reward. That free is like their paycheck, their reward for what they're working for. Another command that's very important to teach your dog in your lifetime with your dog is the command heal. Not only is it important if you ever have a medical injury and like you need that dog not to pull on you the entire time, or like if someone else is walking your dog and they're not super strong because because of whatever life has thrown at them, you need to know that they're not going to pull that person down, and you can trust letting that dog go to walk with someone else. The other reason is if you have a dog who reacts to birds, squirrels, follows their nose, if they are uneasy or get too excited around strangers, around other animals, at the park where there's balls, like by a baseball field or tennis court, any of those areas. Heel is the command that you want to know. So often people make the genuine and not understanding that it's a mistake of having a dog in a down by these distractions. But the correct command to have a dog in when you're teaching them to work through distractions is a heel command, because that heel command is supposed to be so focused on you that they're wondering what step you're going to take next, to the point where it consumes their mind. They're using their mind and their physical body. So this is the command that wears them out the most as well, but also, strengthens them the most mentally, emotionally, physically. So like if they're so focused on you, they can't be focused on whatever it is around them that's either exciting them or scaring them. Another command to teach, definitely good to have on board, is a speak or bark command. A lot of dogs are not protection trained, and even dogs who, you think are protectors of your family are just scared. So we actually want to teach your dog how to speak or bark. That way, if an intruder comes, or if there's someone around that you're uncomfortable with, someone knocks on your door that you don't know, you can just give your dog a speak command, whatever, this is the command for me, but whatever command that is for you, so that your dog will actually bark over and over and over upon your command. And then it's not out of fear. It's not out of someone going to get hurt, but what it is out of is a proven statistic that shows that people who hear dogs inside houses are much, much, much less likely to intrude on them or to try to attack someone in that home. So important for your safety, but still safe for you and safe for the dog. Another command that's super important is called front. Whenever you have a lot of distractions going on, it's very important for you to be able to just pull your dog to you, focus on you, and come right in front of you. Front is where they come right in front of you and they look up to you and they're in a sitting position. They need to be able to do that because there could be a ton of different distractions at any given time, and you need to get their focus on you for their safety and for yours. Front is a very helpful word to have, especially if you take your dog out of the house. Another helpful command to have, it's actually two different commands. It's called distance down, and there's one called duration down. These are very important to have because let's say we're out at the park and there is a lady in front of you who falls to the ground and you really want to help her, but you don't know how your dog's going to respond to the situation, or if she's allergic to dogs, or if she's going to get scared from your dog. Even if your dog's a good boy or girl, or the bestest boy or girl, it could still scare the person who just fell, who's going through this mini crisis or major crisis, depending on what the cause was. It's important that you can distance down your dog no matter where they're at in vicinity to you, because if you can have them down and trust that they can hold that. Also, like if you're in a situation where it's a hazard, a reason that she fell because she tripped over glass, or, when she fell, something was broken, or there's blood that you don't want your dog to touch, it will be important that you distance yourself. Hazmat always says we assess the scene before we enter. So while you're assessing a scene, if something were to ever happen, your dog can be holding it down over there. Another reason that you might need that is if someone's approaching you and you just want to have a conversation and you know that they are not super fond of dogs, then you can have your dog distance down a little ways over there. There's a whole lot of reasons for doing this. The main reason for distance down in training, why it came up in training, was actually because of herding dogs. Whenever they would be out circling the sheep, the handler or owner would need to be able to tell them down so that they could leave the sheep alone once he got them where he or she got them where they wanted the sheep to be, or the direction that the sheep were going. The dog would need to distance down immediately. So there's a whole lot of good things with distance down. The other thing is duration down. This is the last command that I'm going to give you today. And the reason that this is so important is because if you want to enjoy a meal and you have a puppy or you have a dog who's just all over the place, and you want them to be a part of your family, or you have a family gathering and you just really want them to be a part of that with you and not be stuck upstairs, tucked away under a kennel that's covered with a blanket, and you want them with you, You can have them down and hold that down for up to an hour. You can have them hold it down at a patio at a restaurant like Panera or wherever they have outdoors that allow dogs on the patio. There's so many great options. I recommend that's the only restaurants that you go to, but that's my opinion. If you have your dog, or that way you can take your dog. So you can also have a dog hold it down while you're working. So if you like to take your dog to work and they can prove that they can come in and do that, that would be super helpful. You can do it during your meal while you're eating. I have my dogs hold it down while I'm taking a shower. They can hold it down on a place cot just to get some mental stimulation, because not only are they working their mind while they're holding that down for such a long time with the duration, they're literally thinking about every single second, like, okay, I can't get up. I can't get up. I can't get up. So it's a form of training that you can use while you're getting ready for work in the morning. Instead of going out for a hill walk on a rainy day, you can train them with the down command and still give them that mental stimulation that they need. I hope this has been a blessing to you. Please view all of our adoptable dogs on our website, experttraining.org. We look forward to seeing you guys for the next video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to reach as many people as we can with adopting rescue dogs and getting them out there to homes fully trained, ready to go to be that great dog for you with all 10 of these commands known. Bless you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.